and welcome to today's workout. So today we're going to get started with a sun salutation. I've been starting with a warm-up that's very similar each week, just so that you have an opportunity to really ingrain these movements into your workouts on your own. So you see that these are good ways to start any type of workout, whether it be a walk, maybe you're going out on a bike ride, maybe you're doing some exercises at home. It's just a good way to just start warming up that body in a standing position, getting all the muscles warmed up. So we're just going to start with that inhale up and that exhale down, reaching towards the toes. We're going to come back to our half fold and we're going to reach it down. Inhale up and exhale down. I'm going to admit somebody else in. Hello, Kendra. So we're back to that sun salutation. Inhale up and exhale down, reaching down towards the toes, coming back up, lowering down, lift up, and exhale down. Good. I want you to turn and face toward your chair. We're going to do that 2 more times, but we're going to use the chair to modify that. Not everyone can reach their toes, so we're going to reach up, inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to the chair and let yourself rest for a moment and just hang here. Let your head drop. If you have the flexibility, you could let your hands come to the ground. You could grab your elbows and let your head drop. And just take 2 long breaths here. Nice deep inhale and exhale. If you're more comfortable and you need the chair, rest on the chair. That'll support your lumbar. And inhale and exhale. We're going to come half fold up. In this half fold, we're long in the spine. We're not pushing, we're not arching the back. The tailbone is drawing down. Hips are weighted right in line with the ankles. We're working on that hinge, this hip fold. And then we're going to again drop down. We're going to bring those arms up, reach toward the ceiling. Hold here for a moment and give me 2 long breaths. Again, tailbone is dropped down. I'm not arching my back. I'm not throwing my head back. I'm keeping my shoulder, hip, and ankle aligned. I'm just looking up and then exhale back down. Good. Let's try one more at the tempo. Inhale up and exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Inhale up and exhale. Excellent. You're already at your chair. We're going to go to our down dog. I'm going to give you the option today. If you feel comfortable going to the floor, you're going to do that. So I'm going to start with using the chair, and then I'm going to move to the floor. Start where you feel is comfortable for you. If you're not sure the floor is right for you, start on your chair. It's a lot less pressure to the shoulders, to the wrists. So we're in our plank position. We're going to move upwards to our up dog. We're going to push back into our down dog, and we're going to come back to our plank. Moving to up dog. It's a very fluid movement. Exhaling back to down dog. Inhale forward. Exhale. Pushing back. Hold and exhale. Inhale forward. Exhale. Inhale back. Exhale, hold. Now here we're going to take and add in a leg lift and then lower and leg lift and then lower. Good. I'm going to take it to the floor now. So I'm in this down dog position. I'm going to come forward to plank, up to down, up to up dog, pressing back to down dog. Lift the right leg, bring it down. Lift the left leg, bring it down, come forward to plank. Up dog, down dog, lifting right, bring it down, lifting left, bring it down. Come forward, we'll do one more, here's your plank. Up dog, push back, down dog, lifting right, lower, and lifting left and lower. Now, if you're in this position and you're on the floor, just walk your hands back towards your feet. If you're on the chair, you're just going to stand back up. Nice job. Let's take our chair. I'm going to move mine. We're going to use a block. And we're going to go to a seated position on the chair. Remember, when we're on the chair, we're forward of the chair. So you don't want to be back, you want to be forward. You're going to take your block and place it right between your calves. It's above your ankle bone, but below your knee. And what that does is it sets you up for a good position for the width of your legs for a squat pattern. Make sure that your knee is in line with the ankle, slightly forward. And all we're going to do here is come up off the chair and then lower down. And what I want you to work on here is not coming all the way up and not bending all the way forward to come up. So that's what I see a lot. People want to do this, forward and then lift, right? So instead, we're going to use your hands behind you. Place your hands behind you on the chair and push yourself. Push yourself. I'm just using my fingertips to lift so that my chest is up in this squat pattern. I show from the side, my hands are behind me, I'm up tall, and I'm pushing. Pushing, good. So, let's go 4, 3. Like I said, when I'm demonstrating, keep going. I'm just trying to make sure you're doing it right, to the best of your ability. Nice job. We're going to take that block. We're going to bring the block behind you. You're going to hold it between the palms and lift. So what am I trying to do here? Get you to stay lifted in the chest and avoid that forward fold. What are we really practicing? Getting out of a chair, sitting down into a chair, getting out of a deep couch. So this is a very functional movement that we do every day, but it's also a great exercise. You can slow this down to your own pace. So some of you may feel more comfortable pausing at the bottom. Then if that's what we're going to do, let's see if we can go slow as we lower down and come up. So lower, slow, nice, and come up. Excellent. Give me one more and come on up. Perfect. We're going to take the block now. We're going to work on, with that squat pattern, trying to get our back muscles properly engaged. So I'm holding into the block. What I want you to notice is I'm not squeezing my elbows to my side. My elbows are out to the side. I'm going to push into the block, keep that same stance with my feet. Make sure that chair is behind me. And I want to press and spread open my rib cage, my shoulder blades. So rather than my shoulder blades moving in, I want them to feel like they're expanding outward. And this rib cage, as a female, right around our bra line, is expanding, not compressing. So we're going to hold here, and we're just going to move into a partial squat, come back up. I'm not going exactly to the chair. I'm just moving towards the chair. You could go back toward the chair and sit down, go at a slower pace, or you could do just a squat pattern and hover over the chair. You have a target you're heading to, but you're not going to it. Good. Give me one more. Let's press that out. This is chair pose in yoga. Makes sense, right? That partial squat pattern. And I'm dropping down. My tailbone is dropping toward the ground, drawing my abs in. I'm squeezing that block. But by squeezing, I'm not trying to compress in. I'm trying to expand outward around my rib cage. Really important. So now I'm going to bring it in. We're going to go out and up. Out with the arms and up. I'll face you. Out and up. Nice. Out and up and out. This time hold. Notice my elbows are not straight. I don't have that kind of extension in my shoulder. That's okay. This is more of a challenge to my shoulder than it is in front. Come on up. And we're going to take it one more time, pushing out, combining up. Good. Pushing out and up. Is your heart rate going up? I'm sure you're hearing mine. I get a little breathy. Good. Anytime you're working the legs, we call it the locomotor. with the upper body, you're gonna feel it more. Now press out and hold. Hold that pose. Excellent. Good. Bring it on in. Bring it to a seated position on the chair. You're gonna put your block to the side. You're gonna grab that here a little later. And instead, what I want you to do, now I've set my props up so I can get them easily. So I'm gonna give you a minute. I'm gonna catch my breath. You're gonna catch yours. We're gonna go into a plie squat today. So we're gonna use this as a nice warm up to warm up the waistline, but also working on getting more rotation in this outside hips. So if you think about it, my feet, if you notice, are wider than the chairs in the room. My knees are in line with my ankles. So I'm not rotating my knees inward, that's what that would look like. My knees are pushing out. So if I place this dowel behind me, my knee would be pushing into the dowel. I'm pushing back. That's giving me a more open space in the hip. Very important in this position, I want to rotate forward. So I'm just gonna have you right here. Take and bring the dowel up and then down, and up and down. So reaching up overhead. As you're reaching up, hold for a moment and pay attention. Are you arching your back or thrusting? Make sure you're drawing the tailbone down towards the chair. Sit bones are connected. So let's lower and then lift, and lower and lift, and lower and lift. Good. You may see in the frame a shadow of this dowel. Sorry about that. That was one of those things I did not practice. So sometimes we get caught by the shadowing of props we use. So let's bring that on up, hold. And we're gonna go to a side stretch. Just side to side, very slow. And when you come center, I want you to reach like you're reaching the fingertips toward the ceiling. Continue to reach upward. Don't focus just to the side. Focus more on lifting up and allowing that lateral stretch to be controlled. So controlled through your core. Good. You want to feel as though you're doing a cartwheel. When was the last time you did that? I've said that many times. So as I'm moving, we're going to take this to the right. I'm going to hold here. I'm going to reach. I want to make sure my shoulder is in line with my hip. My ear is in line with my shoulder. And my hands are stacked one on top of the other. Bring it back center. Let's take it to the left. Nice. Just hold that stretch. So one way to keep the hands stacked is my right shoulder is the top shoulder. I'm going to rotate it back so I can stack better over my left. I'm a little tighter on this side. Nice job. Bring it back front. From here, we're just going to go into easy rotation. Every time you rotate, I want you to focus, push those knees outward towards your back wall. So pushing out, pushing out. You may be starting to feel your inner thighs. I know I am. And what I find is inner thighs tend to be a weak point on many of us. And I've said this many times. Your inner thighs are a huge, important stabilizer in standing tall. It's part of that back chain of muscles. Bring that forward. Now, we're going to take this and we're going to come up and we're going to sit down. I want you to come off the chair and sit back down. Just keep the dowel out in front. Oh, by the way, that's going to tax your shoulders a little bit. If it's starting to ride up into your neck, just lower the dowel. I'm going to do that so my shoulders relax a little bit more. I have the dowel more centered to my belly button versus my chest. Good. Okay, from here, we're going to take that up and we're going to hold it. Okay, we're going to take it and reach up and then down. Reach up. Now we're off the chair. We're adding in our movement with the plie squat. Pushing up and through. Sorry you lose that dowel at the top of the frame, but I think you'd rather see my feet. Good. Nice job. Keep it going. Give me one more. Reaching up. We're going to bring that down. We're going to drop that down just slightly, and I want you to lift the right heel and the left. Right and left. Keep those knees pushed out. Keep them pushed out. Right and left. Give me one more. Right and left, and we're gonna push up for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring it down one more time on those heels, lift, and lift, lift, and left. 2 more sets each side. Nice job. Last one. Good job, and come on up. You probably felt those shoulders. That's a nice way to strengthen the shoulders without any resistance. Just resistance of your arms. I'm gonna take my dowel off to the side, and we're gonna shift. I'm gonna move my chair. I'm gonna go into a calf raise, but I'm gonna use my block. So I have the block here. I place the chair here. Maybe you want some support. We're gonna work on a little bit of balance here before we get into our weights. So you could use the chair going into a calf raise. You could try without the chair. If you feel comfortable doing this without the chair, I want you to use the block instead, because we're gonna do an overhead pass. Again, we're gonna continue to warm up these shoulders. So if I'm doing that calf raise, you'll notice from the side, I don't lift the heels that high. I'm not rolling into my toes. I'm just rolling to the forefoot and then back down. So I'm rolling to the forefoot and back down. Good. So let's add the block in. So we're going to add the block with a press and a press. Pressing it out. Good. Pressing it out. Pressing it out. So just pressing the block forward, coming up on the toes. Now, we're going to take the block behind, and I want you to focus on nice, long, tall movement, holding the block behind. That should open up the chest. But what I want you to think about here, go back to our idea of opening the back. I don't want you to draw the shoulder blades squeezing together. So I'm holding the block lightly with my hands. I'm not pushing into it. So I'm going to show you from behind. Okay, I'm not pushing tightly into that. So I want you to come up and just see if you can hold. Open up the shoulders, open up the rib cage. Just balance. Nice. From here, we're going to lower it down, lift and pass, and lift and pass, and lift, pass it back. Lift, pass it back. Lift, pass it back. Your chair is in the way, just step to the side. My chair is in the way. I'm just going to manipulate that block so I don't hit the chair. Nice job. We're going to hold at the top. Hold at the top. Nice. That's hard to do. Now we're going to reverse our pattern, coming behind from the right to the left. Right to the left. Right to the left. Good. Good job. Nice way to work those calves this morning. Give me 2 more. And we're going to balance at the top. Hold. Draw the tailbone down. Good job. And bring that back down. Taking your block, you can hold on to the block. We're going to move into tree pose. And from here, I'm going to have you use the block. So again, let's just work on this idea of pushing into the block. Draw, let the shoulders relax down, and feel this pressure like you're pushing outward into your ribs, like you're trying to expand them. Okay? Elbows are to the side. On this, if you need the chair for balance, you have it there. Then the block's not going to be as important to you. You can put it down. If you're going to do this without the chair, use that block. It's another way to create this control on your upper body to help you. So I'm going to take my right foot. I can place it, again, just on the floor, close to my ankle. I could put it at my ankle or at my calf. If you can bring it all the way up and you feel comfortable here, that's fine. I'm not going to do that today because I'm finding that the pants I'm using slide. So it really kind of comes down to the clothing, I think, on that one. Okay, now I have more control here. So I'm going to hold this. Remember, we're trying to tighten up this left glute. We're opening up the right knee. I have pressure, my shoulders relax down. So don't just think push, just think relax down and broaden out the ribs. We're going to take the block just slightly over the head. Notice I'm not going to go to a full straight arm position. I want to maintain a neutral, relaxed shoulder here. Good. Just holding. If you need to grab the chair for support or put the foot down, do so. This is something you're learning and progressing and getting better at. Bring that back down to center. We're going to see if we can transition that leg just to a knee forward. My foot is flexed. See if you can just extend that leg forward. Again, if you need to tap the floor, if you need to use the chair, do so. Bring that knee back in. And from here, I want you to start to lean it forward and extend that leg back behind you and reach it out. Nice. Bring it back in, flexing that foot. Foot drops down to the ground. Let's just shake that left leg out. It's doing a lot of work. So you're going to go to a front position and a back. Okay, so now we're going to go to the left. I was just demonstrating for you so you can know exactly what my left leg is doing, or my right leg. So I'm standing now, right leg. I'm going to go into the first position of my tree pose, focusing on this right glute, tightening it up. Left knee is opening, pressing into the block, shoulders relaxed, but I'm expanding my chest. I'm expanding that rib cage. I'm drawing my shoulder blades apart. Shoulders relaxed now. I'm going to take that block just overhead. I'm going to focus on being long and tall. Like my energy is moving up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Nice. If you need to hold on to the chair, hold on to the chair. If you need to place your foot on the ground to find center of balance, do so. Tree pose is an excellent way to improve balance. And with most of my clients, I find that you all are looking for ways to improve balance. Bring it down center. Nice. Now we're going to just transition this left leg forward. If you need to, you can tap the ground and then bring it up. See if you can hold that. Okay. We're again, continue to work on using that block. We're going to extend that leg out in front. Notice I go slow. I don't work on, I'm not focused on, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. I'm not focused on trying to go to full extension or a high lift. Okay. I'm going to bring that back in. I'm going to move a little bit out to the side so my chair does not get in the way. So we're here. I'm going to start to move back. I need to look forward. I cannot do this movement looking to the side. There we go. I got it. We're holding that. Nice. See if you can transition that back to a standing position. That's amazing. It's hard to turn and look at you. This is where when you're doing balance work, you can bring that foot down. It's so important to focus on something. The more you move your head, the more challenging that becomes.